bet more on one than two. But if you name, like, there's not specific teams that I think are really that scary to them. I think everyone on the schedule except for Alabama is going to find Texas a very difficult matchup.
I like it. Will it benefit Quin Ewers to not have the Bijan safety net this year?
I don't know if I would say that. I think he will benefit from Texas. Last year, they really emphasized playing big. Current volunteer tackle, Andre Karich.
No, he is going to be inside. He will not be on the outside. Andre
Right.
Karich is competing with the guard spot, yeah.
Well, he played tight end for Texas last year.
Did you say tight end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put him at number 92, and they would play with 6 offensive linemen and then another tight end, and then just run the dang ball.
Yeah.
Bijan and to Roschon Johnson. And so the passing game was a little bit limited by that personnel grouping. And it was mostly just take a deep shot every few plays to Xavier Worthy. And Quin Ewers and Xavier Worthy just could not get on the same page all year long. It was amazing how many deep shots they took that were there that they missed. I think he's actually going to benefit from Texas playing more of a spread personnel packaging this year. They're going to get more receivers on the field. They're going to move Jordan Whittington inside to the slot more. He looked way more comfortable there when they played more spread against Washington in the Alamo Bowl, even though they lost. So I think changing the emphasis of the offense and giving him another offseason to see where he was deficient, where he needs to grow, are all going to be huge boosts. But if they did all that and then they still had Bijan in the backfield, that'd be better.
Yeah, I also wonder too the bump of just Isaiah Nair being healthy, right? Like he was such a big important it was down to Tennessee and Texas for the Wyoming kid, and then he had that horrible break and just doesn't play at all last year. But he was just I wonder where he fits into this, because you can make the case that Texas has the best group of wide receivers who are going to play anywhere in the country, like the best full group of guys. If they're all healthy and they're all playing, you could say Texas, A&M. I guess probably Tennessee is somewhere in there. Ohio State, obviously, but that's somewhere probably in my top 4, top 5 of just ready-made guys who are going to put in a bunch of production all across the board. Like I think that's going to be a huge thing for Quinn. Like when you're talking about spreading it out and stuff like that, it's just you have dudes everywhere, and if they get healthy, I think that just goes a long way for his development in year 2 here.
Yeah, they've been really slow playing him because they know the sense in the program was actually that he was the best wide receiver on the team last year before he got hurt. And he was good for Ewers because he's just a big target. Xavier Worthy, just finding the range on him, running a 10-5 across the field was a little bit hard for Ewers. I guess throwing to those white boys at South Lake Carroll didn't quite prepare him for that. Although they had some fast guys, but they did get A.D. Mitchell too from Georgia.
Yeah. And
A.D. Mitchell was so good this spring that Nayor may be like more of a bit player. They have if you count the tight end Jatavian Sanders, they have 5 guys at least that could be playing for a chance to be drafted.
That's what I'm saying. I think you could make the case. Like they have the best wide receiver room, I think, in college football this year.
They don't have a Marvin Harrison Jr., but they have 1 to 5 is very, very deep.
The biggest offensive adjustment Sark needs to make going into this year is what?
Well, it's just so much rides on Quinn. You could tell last year that he didn't even really have full command of the system. They got into trouble late in games where they just struggled to turn.